After 2020, chances are that you are ready to make a great plan for 2021. And I completely get you. 2020 has thrown out of the window so many of the plans, goals, and dreams that we had for the year. But how do you go about making 2021 a successful year? I think it's safe to say that 2020 has taught us that no matter how much preparation you put into your goals and your dreams, life has a way of just throwing plans out of the window. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ayn. I'm an events manager that works in book publishing. I love doing videos about career and personal development. In today's video, I want to talk about how to make 2021 a great year, a year where you can succeed. I think it's important that you think about what success means to you, because success is personal and success is definitely not something that you can achieve by comparing yourself to others. I thought today I would give you some tips to make sure that you can make 2021 a successful year. Setting intentions over goals. This was the reason why I feel like 2020, despite everything that happened, was a successful year for me. I set myself some intentions. Goals can often be very specific and they feel almost like work. Goals are sometimes something that we feel pressure to have. There is, in today's society, a kind of unspoken rule or an unspoken way of thinking that makes us believe that being productive and succeeding are exactly the same thing. I don't think that that's the truth. And I think the way that I am trying to kind of rebel against this is by not setting goals, but setting intentions instead. For me, a goal is something that requires you to think about a specific thing that you want to achieve. And it really does feel like based on how productive you are. Whereas an intention has got a softer tone and allows me to think about what do I want to feel like. And I think like that's just a really powerful thing, to just make sure that rather than setting yourself up at the beginning of the year with like 10 goals and like a millions of ways in which you could achieve those goals, you instead look at what do you intend to make out of 2021. Prioritize your health. This is a big one because have a think. When have you ever heard anyone that has prioritized their physical and mental well-being thinking that they didn't have a successful year? Taking care of your health will have a knock-on effect in everything else that you do in your life, professionally and personally. If you look after your health, you are going to set yourself up for success immediately. You're going to have more energy. You're going to have more mental space. You're going to have more creativity. Things are going to look brighter and more positive. And to do that, you don't need to decide that you're going to become an Olympic athlete by the end of 2021. But you just need to make sure that in the intentions that you set, there is something that will allow you to focus on well-being. It could be as simple as you're going to take a daily walk every day. Or it could be that you would like to meditate. Don't get too hung up on numbers, but try to make sure that you have some kind of goals that will help you keep track of both your physical and mental well-being, and that you can kind of go back to whenever you feel like you're not following through on your intentions. Be realistic. We tend to start the year thinking, I am going to achieve so much. We have all this excitement and this enthusiasm, and that's a really good thing, and you definitely need to tap into that when you're thinking about what you want to make out of your 2021. But in order for you to be successful in 2021, you also need to set yourself with realistic goals. If you set yourself unrealistic goals, whether it's because it's like a large amount of things that you want to achieve and it's too many for you to like carry on throughout the year, or if it's because you are not considering the context and what your life is like at the minute, that will just like set you up for failure from the start. And although I don't really think that failure is a negative thing, I do think that when you're thinking about your year and how to make your year successful, you do need to like think about setting yourself up for that success already from the get-go. Whatever you do, my biggest advice is, especially if you're anything like me, is to make a list and then halve that list to the things that you consider your priority. The reason why I said that is because I do think that we tend to be focus on the number over what the task at hand is like. But if you actually separate the thought that being successful and being busy is the same, you see how actually you don't need a lot of intentions in order to make a successful year. It isn't the number of intentions that you set that are going to make 2021 a successful year. It is whether you're going to actually achieve and make those intentions a reality that you're going to have a successful year. So whether it's like 3 or 10 intentions that you set up for this 2021, make sure that you set yourself up for success from the start. Set a social media timeout. I don't know if this is actually the way you call these things, but your phone will be able to set a timer for you to make sure that you don't spend a huge amount of time on social media. Part of making 2021 successful for me is going to be all about making sure that I don't compare myself to others, making sure that I don't feel like I am wasting my time, and making sure that I really look after my energy. Social media is a really powerful way to connect with others, and so I would never want to just like remove it. But at the same time, you need to make sure that you don't get sucked in spiral of negativity. And that's very easy, especially these days with all the bad news that is circulating and also all the people that are trying to turn social media into a business. It can often feel like quite draining to spend time in there. So if you have a little timer on your phone, all that's going to do is make sure that you're not caught up in pointless tasks. And so that you're reminded that perhaps that's the time to like switch off because you've already spent maybe half an hour or an hour a day on that specific platform. And another tip on social media is to turn your notifications off. This was a major game changer for me, and I implemented this a few years ago. And I can't tell you how helpful it is to not being constantly bombarded with pings that draw me back into checking every single thing. I have switched off all notifications, including actually my WhatsApp notifications, for a while, and I think I live a better life for it. Last but not least, define your version of success. Making a year successful, it's all about what you consider to be success. We are all conditioned to think that success looks a certain way. The thing is, success looks so different to different people. It doesn't have to be about being productive. It doesn't have to be about creating something new. And it can definitely be something that is very personal. Don't feel like you need to always share what your definition of success is. Have a think about what would make you feel like 2021 was a great year, and start from there. I hope this video was helpful to make you have a little think about how to make 2021 a great and successful year. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. One of my biggest intentions for 2021 is to grow this YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. So it would mean the world to me if you could share this video and subscribe to my channel as well. See you next time.